Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome once again. We're getting close to the end of our video cast. So, anyway,
We may do some next week if we have to change things.
yeah, we probably ought to do that to give a little bit more, let
Absolutely.
the people know how things happened
Sure.
at the other masses. So, would you read the gospel, Father Jeff?
Sure, from John's Gospel. Our Lord said to his disciples, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit. And every one that does, he prunes so that it may bear more fruit. You're already pruned because of the word I spoke of you. Remain in me, and as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like the branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into the fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples.
Thanks, Father Jeff. You know, unless you remain on the vine, you can't do much. And
We forgot to turn that overhead light on. 1 minute. Now you can see our pretty faces much better.
well, there may be some discussion about that. But anyway, that gospel reminds me to think about my baptism. I haven't thought about that being baptized, you know, in a very, very long time.
Sure.
And I was baptized as a baby on October 21st is when my
So
baptismal day.
you were about 3 weeks old.
Yeah,
I was October 18th, so I was 3
yeah.
weeks old.
Both of us were about that age. And baptism is the wonderful gift that we become children of God. And we're children of God always. Because we don't redo baptism at all. Because that indelible mark is placed upon us that makes us sons and daughters of God.
You know, from the Psalms, unless the Lord build a house, in vain do the builders labor. And it's like, we get into all these big things that we think we know and we're so good at and we're so competent. And when you take the Lord out of the equation, it just doesn't work.
Right, you don't
just
produce
doesn't
any
work.
fruit.
Yeah, I mean, you may make money, but you don't really produce the things that God asks of us.
Well, the things that really count.
Exactly.
Because your money is going to not go with you to the
Exactly.
grave, and
Exactly.
the house you build is not going to go with you, or the gold you save is not going to go with you.
That's right.
But what counts, you know, love and faith and commitment
And
and
doing good for others.
doing good
and
for
works
others,
of charity.
all that goes with you.
Yeah.
You know, in baptism, he says in there, you're pruned already, and that means in baptism, two things happen for us. Our original sin is forgiven,
Exactly.
and then not 3 weeks old we didn't have many sins, but if there are any sins that we've committed, they would be done too, and all temporal punishment to them.
Absolutely.
So it's a great sacrament that opens to us the other six.
The gates of everlasting life, right?
Because if you have to be baptized in order to receive the other sacrament.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe we can quickly go over the schedule.
Yes, go ahead.
We're opening up this weekend, thank goodness, with 25% of our capacity. We're going to ask the ushers to help us seat people because we're trying to get as many people. I know a lot of people have your favorite spot.
but don't go there.
Please bear with us. We're not trying to upset anybody. We're trying to get as many people in church. 4:30 Safely. 4:30 in Clinton for people 65 years and older. We want to provide a safe space for our most vulnerable population. Then, on 4:30 here for everybody in Zachary. 7 a.m. for everybody in Zachary. 9 in Zachary for the most vulnerable people. We ask if you're under the age of 65, please respect the people and let them have a safe place to go. The regular 9 o'clock Mass in Clinton for everyone. and then the 11 o'clock Mass here. We know that we have more than 25% of people come to that, so if some of you would consider going to 4:30 or 7, it'll help us be able to accommodate. Again, what we're trying to do is safely open up and have as many people come to the sacraments as possible. We all know that we have a dispensation. If you don't feel safe, we're asking that you wear a mask. And maybe you think, oh, that's hogwash, I don't need a mask. But for the people around you who may feel threatened, it was a service that you can provide. And then we have confessions, but they'll only be behind the screen. Whether it's in Clinton or in Zachary and Father Chuck's confession or mine, it's only behind the screen. We're trying to get this figured out. We will know after the first weekend what we need to change, so stay tuned, huh? How about a
Right.
blessing?
Right.
All right. Good and gracious God, may we always be attached to you in our lives and in everything that you do. And may the work which we do bear the fruit that you ask of us. And may Almighty God richly bless you, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Have a good day.
Nice seeing you. God bless.